So, Ben, today I have invited you here to talk a little bit about my services. We did branding, we developed your logos and got your online brand looking consistent, and we set up your KB Core backend, made sure that the website was also consistent with your online brand and presence. So, I would love to hear your feedback and hear how the process was for you, a little bit about how things were before we met and how things are going for you now.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So before, when I first joined eXp, and then I started a team almost immediately, and I knew I needed things to kind of come together. What I also knew was all my stuff was jacked up. There was the names weren't consistent, the look was not consistent. And so I knew I needed to have a better, more consistent flow through everything, which, kind of reached out. So between putting together the KV core, which I'm glad you did because I didn't know how that stuff worked. And then all of the branding and the social media platforms and all, it really looks great now. So I've had a lender recently, he was reaching out to me some stuff. He's like, by the way, I was checking you out online. I love your presence. And so after, you put everything together and released it, it's actually been much better. I feel, I don't mind anybody going anywhere online at all to come and look and find me, because that's part of the deal, right? So when somebody comes on looking for you, they're like, dude, you can't even get your Facebook together and you want to sell my house? You know?
Right?
So yeah.
It's
So
a
it's come together well.
representation of you and how you run your business. So it's,
Right.
yeah, that
Right.
is something that people look at. Oh, I'm glad that you're getting some positive feedback already. That's really exciting. And so, Ben, you have a team. Are you using the branding for your team at all, or is it just for yourself?
Yeah, so with the logo designs and whatnot, and actually email signature templates, those were passed on to the team. My logo is on our signs. I really like because it's got us, team, and then agent on top. And even that across the city, is a consistent look. So yeah, it's, pulling that in for team use was come together well.
Yeah, it's all about those sales touches, right? Making an impact every step of the way, whether it's print or online. And tell me, how about your CRM? I know some agents don't use their CRM as much as they should. Are you feeling now that it's set up, you're using it a little bit more?
Actually, I have been using it more because before, so the follow-up really was, well, non-existent. So now with it being set up appropriately, that a lot of that is on autopilot. So I can go in there, look at the activity, and I see what people are doing, and which is the intent.
And do you feel like you're using your landing pages? Have you shared those a little bit, or is that to come?
It's yeah, that part's to come. Other than like the scheduling, so when the Calendly was set up and whatnot, that's my new favorite thing. So
Fantastic.
a lot of just initial touches, like, hey, I'm done with the EXP. I'll call you back in a couple hours. However, if you want to set an appointment, so it's become my new favorite thing to be part of
Amazing.
my first touches even.
Okay, fantastic. Oh, that's really good. Is there any other feedback you'd like to give? Would you recommend my services to anybody? How was the overall
Yeah, it
process?
was great. Yeah, so the experience, I mean, what I was expected happened. That's always a plus. And I know I was kept asking you things here and there. So I appreciate the patience and working along versus just here you go. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm glad we landed on something that works really well for your team as well. So,
Yeah, and it's funny that you don't think, logo design is as detailed.
right?
And it's like, oh, just put a rooster on there, or just put a tower on there, or whatever the thing is for your. So
Uh-huh.
anyway, yes, that was definitely a nice deal.
Nice. Perfect. And would you recommend my services to other agents who are looking to get consistent and get their system set up and optimized?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I have. So there's been folks that, I've already recommended you to,
Perfect.
and, I'm sure there's going to be more.
Amazing. That's the highest form of praise. I really appreciate that. Well, it was such a pleasure to work with you. I hope we get to stay in touch and we can continue our work into the future.
All right.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much for coming on today. I really appreciate it, Ben.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thanks.